Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Juno in Gemini in a natal chart. Now, as far as Juno in Gemini goes in a natal chart, well, you may wind up with a significant other or marriage partner that may have Gemini prominent in their natal chart. And when I say prominent in natal chart, of course, I'm talking about a Gemini sun, moon, or ascendant, or it could simply be somebody that may embody Gemini-like characteristics. This could also be somebody that might be in a Gemini-like field, profession, I should say Gemini profession, such as writing, journalism, working as a reporter, any communications fields such as data or satellite communications. This could be somebody that works at a job where they're somewhat versatile and doing multitasking, doing many different things. You may, when you have a Juno in Gemini in a natal chart, it could indicate two marriages more likely than the other Juno placements as far as a propensity for that. Now, Juno in Gemini could also be this. This is a partner that you need or require that will provide intellectual stimulation. You certainly don't want to be with somebody that might be seen more as monotonous or boring. You don't want a relationship to be stagnant, and you certainly really don't want a partner that will literally be stagnant either. You may require or need that partner or significant other that may be very active and somebody that's on the go and very mobile. You may want somebody, or I should say need somebody that can be very versatile, be able to do many different things. Conversation and communication can be imperative with your marriage partner or significant other. This could be a person you may be attracted to that talks with their hands, so to speak, be very gesticulative, and also somebody that can be very talkative and loquacious. It could even be somebody that might even be a conversation dominator, which of course could be a negative aspect in the whole thing, because with Juno in Gemini, you want to be able to have both people communicating equally. You may look for somebody that may be your intellectual equal, and somebody that's not competitive with you intellectually can make you feel rather dejected or despondent. And another thing that could exasperate you could be somebody that you just may have difficulty communicating with, somebody that will talk and will say things that are often, if you misconstrue something or a lot of things this person says, or this person says a lot of things that are ambiguous and that you're having a hard time understanding. Those are some things that could agitate you potentially in this relationship. So those are some things to look at as far as Juno in Gemini goes. And of course, you want to factor in the house placement for Juno in Gemini. So let's say, for example, that you have Juno in Gemini in the 6th house in your natal chart. Well, this could be somebody that could be a Gemini sun, moon, or ascendant, or somebody that embodies Gemini-like characteristics that perhaps you meet at work or your place of employment. Or it could be somebody also that is strongly involved with your health situation, or doing things connected with fitness and exercise with you, or somebody you also want that figures very prominently in your daily routine. Or if it's in the 3rd house, say, it could be somebody that perhaps you met in your early childhood education, perhaps, and during that period, it could be like one of those childhood sweetheart situations. This could also be somebody that might be considerably younger than you, or a person that just has a very youthful countenance and complexion or attitude. A person, too, that might be very whimsical and lively and vivacious. It's certainly somebody that you want, that I should say you need or require, that could be very animated. You don't like, I mean, even in conversations, you don't necessarily want them to be boring and overly serious. And also keep in mind the sign Gemini is a sign that can be rather mischievous. So you may attract somebody that might be like that practical jokester, or somebody that will like to mess with you every now and then and try to fool you through practical jokes or something. And at the same time, on the negative side, this Juno in Gemini placement in a natal chart could indicate that you may attract somebody that may be somewhat mercurial, changeable, and fickle, and in person that might have really be very inconstant, and a person that really can't sit still for that long, a person that could be rather restless. And that's really, those are some things to look at as far as the Juno in Gemini placement goes in natal chart. And this could also be a person that you want not just for intellectual stimulation, but do things that are intellectually stimulating, playing games that can challenge the mind, such as haiku or chess or playing checkers, even doing Sudoku puzzles together, for example, doing things in puzzle books. Really, those are some things to look at, doing Rubik's Cube-like things and trying to solve them, things that will challenge the mind. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Juno in Gemini and a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be talking about Juno in Cancer in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.